welcome to all my students. Today we will study about the impact of British rule in India. In this unit, you learnt about administrative and judicial system, civil service and judicial system, police system and military system, modern education, Lord Macaulay, Woods Commission, 1854. These are the topics we'll discuss in this unit. In the previous session, we have learnt about administrative and judicial system. In that, we have learnt about civil service and judicial system. Today, we will learn about police system and military system, modern education, Lord Macaulay, Woods Commission, police system. The police are in charge of maintaining the internal law and order situation. Lord Cornwallis implemented the efficient police system in India for the first time. He created the new post of Superintendent of Police, SP. He divided a district into many stations and put every station under a kotwal. Now we are learning about police system. The work of a police is to maintain internal law and order situation. The in charge of police is to maintain law and order in their state. Lord Cornwallis implemented the efficient police system in India for the first time. He was the first person to introduce police system, that is efficient police system in India for the first time. Lord Cornwallis, who introduced efficient police system in India for the first time. He also created a new post, Superintendent of Police, that is SP. Further, he divided the district into many stations and each station was taken care by the kotwals. So first thing is, Lord Cornwallis introduced efficient police system in India for the first time. Next, he introduced a new post of Superintendent of Police. And further, he divided the district into many stations and each station had a kotwal. Similarly, he put every village under a care of chowkidars. The kotwal was made accountable for theft, crime and other law violation at the village level. In village, chowkidar used to take care and kotwal was responsible for theft, crime or any other law violation at the village level. So kotwal used to take care of theft, crime and other law violation at the village level. The severe drought of 1770 led to weak law and order situation. Hence, the entire police system was brought under the control of British officer. Due to the severe drought in the year 1770, this led to weaken the law and order situation. So, entire police system were brought under the control of British officer. The system of appointing British magistrates started in 1781. So first remember chowkidar, then you have to remember about the kotwals who take care of the theft, crime and other law violation at the village level, and there was a severe drought in the year 1770. Due to that, entire police system was brought under the control of British officer and a new system of appointing British magistrates started in 1781. The police officers were under the power of Magistrates. The police system underwent continuous changes. In 1861, the police law was implemented. This law is the base of good law and order administration. But Indians were not appointed for the post of officers. In 1902, the Police Commission Law allowed the appointment of suitable education qualification for the post of the police officers. In spite of all these measures, the discrimination against the Indian did not end. There was a continuous change in the police system. In 1861, the police law was implemented, and this law is the base of good law and order administration. But Indians were not appointed for the post of officers. In 1902, Police Commission Law allowed the appointment of suitable education qualification for the post of police officer. In spite of all these commission law, still Indians were not given the high post. The discrimination existed between the British and the Indians. Military system. Military was the base of administration during British rule. The most important, the foundation for the British rule in India. So military was a base for the administration during the British rule. The British appointed the Indians for the military and took the entire India under their control with the help of the military. They protected their supremacy by addressing the challenge posed by outside as well as inside foes with the help of the military. The officers were again the British. So military was the base of administration during the British rule. The foundation, you can call it as foundation. The British appointed Indians for the military and took entire India under their control. With the help of this military, they were able to take entire India under their control. They protected their supremacy by addressing the challenge posed by outside as well as inside foes, that is external foes as well as internal foes, with the help of the military. Officers were again British. The high post was given to the British. Next, modern education system. The traditional education of India was in practice continuously. Certain changes occurred in the traditional education system during the rule of Muslim kings during the Middle Ages. Later, a new change occurred during British rule during 18th century. Traditional school system was followed, that is, traditional education system was followed in India. For a long time it was practiced. Later, after the arrival of Muslim ruler in India during the Middle Age, we could witness a change in the education system. Later, a new change occurred during the period of British rule during 18th century. So, in the beginning, we used to follow the traditional education system in India. For a long time, this exists. Later, after the arrival of the Muslim king during Middle Age, there was a change in the traditional education. The British rule brought changes in the education system during 18th century. They tried to get changes in the education system. A new schools were started for the children of British and Europeans living in India, since these facilities were never extended to the locals. It was no use for them. So as many British people settled down in India, for them they established new schools. So new schools were mainly started for the children of British and the Europeans living in India. But these facilities were not given to the Indians, that is for the locals. And it was of no use for them. Warren Hastings facilitated the expansion of modern education in India. In 1781, he started Calcutta Madrasa. So Warren Hastings facilitated the expansion of modern education in India. He tried to expand the modern education in India. In 1781, he started Calcutta Madrasa. Jonathan Duncan, a British individual, started a Sanskrit college in Banaras in 1792. But it was Charles Grant who pressed for the universalization of British education in India. Jonathan Duncan, a British individual who started a Sanskrit college in Banaras in 1792. Charles Grant, who pressed the universalization of British education in India. That means Charles gave more importance to universalization of British education in India. The expansion of British education in India received special support after the appointment of Lord William Bentinck in 1828 as a Governor General of India. Bentinck appointed Macaulay as a member of Governor General's Executive Committee. Macaulay was also appointed as the chairperson of the Committee on Education. The report on education submitted by him in 1835 became the base of the modern education in India. Lord William Bentinck, who came to India in the year 1828 as the Governor General of India. Bentinck appointed Macaulay as a member of Governor General's Executive Committee. Macaulay was also appointed as a chairperson of the Committee on Education. He submitted a report on 1835, and that became the base of modern education in India. Lord William Bentinck, he came to India in the year 1828 as a Governor General. Later, he will appoint Macaulay as a member of Governor General's Executive Committee. Macaulay is also appointed as a chairperson of Committee on Education. He will submit a report regarding education in 1835, and this became the base for the modern education in India. His policy aimed at the creation of a new class of Indians who are Indian by body but British in intelligence, opinion and taste. The use of English medium in Indian learning system started after 1830s. in 1830s, the English education gained its importance in India. Macaulay. Macaulay, who was a member of Governor General's committee and he was also appointed as a chairperson, he submitted a report on education in 1835 and that became the base for the modern education in India. And in his policy, he aimed at the creation of new class of Indians who are Indian by body but British in intelligence, opinion and taste. From 1830s, English education gained its importance in India. Another important development included the establishment of universities in India. The Governor General Lord Dalhousie established university in Calcutta, Bombay, Madras as per the suggestions of Charles Wood's Commission. 1854. After this, the education started becoming universalized in India. The Governor General Lord Dalhousie established university in Calcutta, Bombay, Madras. This suggestion was given by Charles Wood's Commission in 1854. After this, education started gaining its importance in India and became universalized in India. The impact of British education in India. Indians could develop modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes and rationality along with nationalist ideals. Impetus was received for the local literature and language. The facility, unity in thinking process among the educated class. Periodicals started emerging and these scrutinized the policy and working of the government, which in turn enabled the Indians to have critical opinion on various issues. Now we will learn about the impact of British education in India. The English education brought a change in Indian education system. Indians also developed modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes and rationality along with nationalistic ideals. It also encouraged local literature and language. Periodicals started emerging. Through this, they were able to scrutinize the policy and the working of the government, which in turn enabled the Indians to have critical opinion on various issues. New social and religious reformation movement emerged. The thoughts of thinkers like J.S. Mill, Rousseau and Montesquieu brought fresh thinking in the minds of educated youth of India. Freedom struggle that were taking place across the globe influenced the Indians also. Indians could understand and appreciate their rich tradition. Through English education, we were able to get changes in the field of social and religion. The thoughts of thinkers like J.S. Mill brought fresh thinking in the minds of educated youth of India. The freedom struggles which were taking place in different parts of the world had influenced the Indians also. Indians could understand and appreciate their rich tradition, their culture, their custom. The Indians started appreciating and they understood what was said in the custom, tradition, culture. Like this, new thinking and culture perception that emerged due to the British education system created a new generation of Indians with progressive attitudes. So due to the English education, it brought the awareness among the Indians. It also developed new thinking and culture perception. And it also changed our education system, which led us towards the path of freedom struggle. Today's assignment. First question. What were the changes introduced by the British in police system? Lord Cornwallis introduced efficient police system in India. He introduced a new post, Superintendent, in the police system. He divided each district into many stations. Every station was under the control of Kotwals. Kotwals was made accountable for theft, crimes and other law violation at village level. With a severe drought of 1770, weakening the law and order system, the entire police system was brought under the control of British officers. The system of appointing British magistrates began in 1781. The police officers were put under the control of magistrate in 1861. Police law was implemented which provided the basic for good law and order system. In 1902, the Police Commission law allowed the appointment of police officer with suitable education qualification. Second question. How do the British use military to control India? The military was a base of the administration during the British rule. The British appointed Indians in military and took the whole of India under its control using the military. They protected their supremacy by addressing the challenge posed by outsiders as well as inside force with the help of the military. The highest post the Indians could reach was the rank of Subedas, and most of the Indians were coolie soldiers. Third question. Explain the growth of modern education in India. Here we have to start from the traditional education system. Traditional education of India was in practice continuously. Certain changes took place after the rule of Muslim king during the Middle Age. New changes occurred during the British rule in 18th century. New schools were started for the children of British and Europeans living in India. After this, you will start explaining about Warren Hastings. Warren Hastings expanded modern education in India. In 1781, he established Calcutta Madrasa. And next you will explain about Jonathan, who started Sanskrit College in Banaras in 1792. After him, you will explain about Lord William Benedict, who was the Governor General of India, Benedict appointed Macaulay as a member of Governor General Executive Committee. Macaulay was appointed as a chairperson of the Committee on Education. The report on education submitted by him in 1835 became the base of modern education in India. Then you will write about Lord Dalhousie. The Governor General Lord Dalhousie established university in Calcutta, Bombay, Madras as per the suggestion of Charles Wood's Commission, 1854. So these are the points has to be written in the third question, which is regarding the explanation of modern education. For the third question, these are the points have to be written. Is that clear, children? Thank you, children. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you.